everyone, it's me. Hi.
Hi, I'm Mara.
Welcome to another episode of New Guy in Comics. Alright, so this time we're gonna talk about the new Miss Marvel trailer. Alright, for the TV series.
Disney Plus series.
Disney Plus. Oh, I'm sorry.
Yeah, it's okay, you're just showing your age.
The funny thing is, I didn't know there was a TV series for it. I totally thought it was the movie that's Captain Marvel.
So that's actually going to be called, it's the sequel to Captain Marvel, the movie that's coming out, but they changed it to The Marvels because it's going to be including Kamala Khan as Miss Marvel. It's also going to be including Monica Rambeau, who also takes on the Captain Marvel title in the comics. So I'm very excited to see how this all goes.
Yeah, I want to see how that works out too, because there'll be now 3 Miss Marvels. Captain Marvels, yes, in the Marvel movie, right?
Well, there'll be one Captain Marvel, which will be Carol Danvers, Brie Larson, yes. There's also going to be Miss Marvel, who is Kamala Khan. Then I don't know what mantle they're going to be giving to Monica Rambeau, because she's had so many titles in the comics.
The one with like the movie Rambo, right? You go, right?
No, not that Rambo.
Oh,
not
dude,
that
Rambo.
So
cool.
No, she's from WandaVision. So, well, we first see her in the Captain Marvel movie as a little child, and then we see her in Westview in WandaVision.
That's cool though.
Yeah.
I mean, I want to see how it's done too. I mean, I'm always excited for anything that Marvel puts out because they really care about the characters.
Yes, they do.
Like, I feel like they do good to to get new people in while bringing all the lore and all the history of the comic books as well. Yeah,
and it's great. Like, with the Miss Marvel trailer, a lot of people are pointing out how they've changed her powers, or at least the origin of her powers, because in the comics and in the video game, she gets her powers activated by a Terrigen bomb, which activates a latent inhuman gene in her DNA, which then gives her the power of embiggen, which means she can basically make her hand bigger and stretch it out. She can also polymorph in a few comics, but then that gets changed and retconned and everything.
But in the Strange Multiverse, it seems like she had portal powers.
That's a different character. That's America Chavez.
Oh.
Yeah. So America Chavez is a completely different character than Miss Marvel. Kamala Khan. Way to be a noob.
Get it out. I'm kidding.
We have to keep that in. So no, they're not the same character. She does not have the powers of portals.
Whoops.
That's a whole different video we could talk about, because she's a cool character in her own.
Okay. You know what's funny? Like, all the time I've seen all these things, I really thought that they're the same characters. Wow.
I think the headlines of America Chavez and Miss Marvel really...
I thought that her real name was American Chavez.
No.
And then her superhero name would be Miss Marvel.
No, her name is Kamala Khan.
Way to go.
Yeah.
It's funny that I actually knew that too. Because, I mean, our action figures and all the comics that came out, I've seen them.
We're just not reading them or learning anything about it. No, but I'm really excited to see how they introduce her powers in this, because we don't have Inhumans in the MCU. We have the Inhumans TV show, but that's not really...
that was not good.
I didn't see it.
I watched it. They tried to do Game of Thrones with it.
Oh.
But with real no connection to society nowadays, or they're just uber rich people with powers.
So there's a major disconnect?
Yeah, so it just didn't... I mean, personally, that's what I thought when I was watching it, so it didn't make any sense.
So I think the reason they're changing her origin is because they're trying to not introduce the Inhumans so soon, which would make sense considering the Inhuman shows apparently. But with what it looks like is they're having a cosmic bracelet or armband or something. I don't know if there's a proper term for what that is used. And that's going to be how she gets her powers. So I'm excited to see that, especially since I've been reading the newest run of Miss Marvel, which is Miss Marvel Beyond the Limit.
Which we have here.
Yes.
So this is the first issue there. The Mom Morales, right? That's pretty cool.
That's a variant-ish cover.
Yeah, it's a variant.
And it's actually really cool because the first few issues take place in Chicago, near where we're based. So it actually is kind of cool to see how that plays in, because originally her character is home in New Jersey, so where her base is in New Jersey. So a lot of people when looking at the trailer, got confused on why there was a New York skyline, but where how the New York skyline looks is actually taken from across in New Jersey. So that's really cool. That's a cool thing that I found out.
Okay. I mean, even though I'm based here, I don't really recognize much from Chicago either. So.
Well, it's not the show that's going to be showing anything in Chicago. It's in the comics run recent run that takes place a few issues in Chicago.
Okay, so you think the show it'll be like more New York then, or New Jersey?
New Jersey, yeah. New Jersey. It's almost confirmed that it's going to be taking place in New Jersey. There's so many already New York-based superheroes, like. In the MCU universe, it's New York is basically ground zero for any superhero.
But I feel like when you're filming stuff, though, I feel like they film Chicago, gives it up pretty easily.
Yeah.
You know, like everything you film is Chicago or LA. LA can be made to look like any city. So like you see Midwest, it's probably LA. Florida, it's LA. You know, New York, it's LA.
Yeah. Yeah.
So.
I know that's one of the reasons why they changed the location of Moon Knight to LA or to London.
Okay.
Yeah, that's a whole different video, but that's a cool thing is because they're acknowledging that there's so many New York-based heroes. So it's cool that they're all branching
New York's
out.
a messed up place, right? Is that what it is?
I can't say I've never been, but I'm really excited to see how this is going to tie into the second Captain Marvel movie because there is, I believe it's been confirmed already that they're all going to be in there together.
Yeah, so, yeah. I'm pretty sure it has been confirmed.
Yeah.
Because, I mean, they changed the title from Captain Marvel 2 to Captain Marvels, right?
The Marvels.
The Marvels. Okay,
yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. And I know Brie Larson had a big hand in changing the name for it because she thought it would be more...
appropriate. I mean, it would be more inclusive, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So... with all of this, I'm excited because it's gonna have like a high school take on like a high school girl being a superhero fan, which I was. I was the girl that wore the MCU t-shirts and like talked about that and wasn't really part of the popular crowd. So I'm excited.
Me too.
You were a high school girl.
Yeah, I was a high school girl wearing my Miss Marvel gear, you know, from the 90s kind of thing.
Yes, of course. So I'm excited to see how they do this, and I'm so thrilled for this new look into the MCU with basically how a lot of this films and all that have been adult superheroes. Dealing with this. It's like with the exception of Peter Parker.
Yeah, I like that, you know, the new Peter Parker where they made him actually look like he was a teenager and teenage stuff. Because it's like Tobey Maguire and Andrew Garfield, like, dude, those guys are not teenagers.
No, they were not.
But still cool movies, but I was like, okay.
So, I'm thrilled and excited to see how they do this look on a high school teenage girl's life and how she deals with being a superhero because we've seen Spider-Man recreated over and over, so there's that already demographic that's already been there, so I'm excited to see how they do with this one. I'm thrilled.
I agree. Yeah, so it seems like it's like more of like a book-based kind of thing, right? Because is that how they're framing it and everything? I
think what they said is they draw some inspiration from Into the Spider-Verse with how they made it look like kind of comic booky with like the word bubbles and stuff like that, but trying to translate it into a live-action way. But I could have been reading it wrong. So
I know, but I just saw the trailer recently, and it looks pretty cool. I like the direction. It's like I like the way that Disney does all these new shows that come out. It's not like just a typical like we filmed this. And it's a show, you know? You know?
It looks like they actually put time and care and effort into it, which I'm excited about because I know that with Marvel and being owned by Disney, I was nervous that it was going to take away some of that Marvel feel, but it still feels like it has fans looking and reading the source material before making the movies and making the shows, and as a Marvel fan, I'm excited.
Yeah, I'm excited to see all these things because I like I don't know much about most of the shows when they come out or anything about it, but every time they put it out, I think they do a fantastic job. You can tell like there was like a lot of work that was done into it. Every process, like the writing, the videography, the acting, everything's top notch. Everything. So.
I'm just blown away by all the stuff that they've released so far and what they're continuing to release, and I'm looking forward to how they're handling things in the future. I'm really excited about the new Moon Knight show. I don't know a lot about Moon Knight, so I'm excited to see how that goes, and I'm excited to see how everything branches out in the new Marvel universe, especially with Phase 4 and then Phase 5 and everything planned. So I just hope they keep up with all the great work that they're doing.
I just want X-Men stuff now, you know? Like, I'm a huge X-Men fan. I mean, my kids are named after the X-Men, so I'm just saying, you know.
my little brother's named after X-Men.
There's a ton of X-Men fans, and I feel like they've done us a disservice for so long.
I feel like Doctor Strange Multiverse of Madness is definitely going to introduce X-Men.
Mm-hmm.
So hopefully we won't be taking too much longer for X-Men, especially since they're like just announced that they finally got a director for the Deadpool movie.
Oh,
and they can't introduce Deadpool into the MCU without mutants being in the MCU. You know?
I could say something else. I mean, that was clever.
Well, he still has the whole origin story, so it's going to be the original story that they've been producing with the Deadpool movies, so. Yeah.
Oh. For the Miss Marvel show, do we know if are they going to try to do like multiple seasons of it, or?
I'm not sure. I think that's one of the things that we're going to have to wait until it actually premieres in order to find out, because I know that with like What If and Loki, those kind of are set outside of the main MCU, but because Miss Marvel is also going to be going into the Marvels, we possibly might get another movie rather than another season, but we don't know for sure yet. Yeah,
I guess it depends on how successful these things are, right?
Yeah.
Because, I don't know, like WandaVision, they wanted a second season, but it's like, I don't know if you...
No, it's not really the way they set it up. It's not really feasible.
Yeah.
So.
We'll see. All right.
Yeah.
Well, thanks for tuning in. We're excited to have all you here. Again, you know, if you like us, click subscribe. Showing us all the questions. I'll say some stuff, I guess. I don't know.
All right. Bye.